like every freaking snowstorm or windstorm we would have, I would just sit here and be like, I'm going to get a text.
Yeah.
Like either her or Tim are in the hospital because the roof came down on them because of damn posts.
Yeah.
And then like, then what? Like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I have to sit back and go, I did what you wanted me to do. At the end
Right.
of the day, somebody else can sit back and go, you knew better.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And
I don't want to be tied to
and
that.
like you know, like I said, I think that if you just explain it to me again,
Yeah.
I totally understand it.
Okay.
I would like for Tim to see how you explain it so that he understands as well.
Yeah, and he's not saying he just doesn't
I
want
might
to buy
not be
a
able
round
to
post.
communicate that to
Right.
Tim like you can.
And
you
see,
know?
the thing, I know what he's looking at. And it's Wyoming, Montana, North Dakota. It's Midwest. Those
Yes.
houses aren't built with 2x4s and plywood like they are here.
Yeah.
And they have massive, I mean, they're not fence posts. They're tree trunks. They're huge.
Yeah.
But those are made notch and post.
Right.
Completely. There's no round metal bracket made by Simpson Strong Tie
Right.
that will take anything around. We did our last ditch effort when we got out of my doctor's appointment. We looked through the entire book from Simpson, and Simpson is like the go-to in the industry.
Yeah.
Even structural engineers
Yeah.
have the Simpson book.
Okay.
Because they'll say you need this Simpson Strong Tie every 6 feet if that roof is going to be this pitch with that kind of everything. That's what they go by, and there's nothing. So when you go to those guys that build out there and they're building their, we'll call them wooden homes or even log cabins, if you gave them like a ton of 2x4s and plywood and said, frame me a house, they would look at you and go, hell you want me to do with this stuff?
Right.
Now, if you brought a bunch of tree trunks over to us, we would go, yeah, I get it, notch and post, but we don't do that here.
Yeah.
We just don't. So it's kind of like that whole house is framed and built that way to accept that kind of post.
Yeah.
This is not.
Yeah. And those posts that we were looking at are non-structural.
No.
They're fence posts.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You know that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
'Cause even the guy asked me, like in this tone, he was like, they do realize those aren't structural, and you just said you're putting a roof in the Northeast on it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. He goes, I'll stress again, those are not structural. I'm like, yes, but I said, I want to know an attachment method that is structural for it. He goes, there isn't one.
Okay.
He's like, you can rig it. He's like, and I'm not telling you to do that. And he goes, please don't tell anybody I did.
Right.
He goes, but if you were to have an inspector or anything come out, he's like, you'll fail.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got it.
Okay.
I just wanted to know, because every day something new comes out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
I wanted to know, like, hey, like Simpson's now making round ones and we can use it. And because here's the other thing. How am I going to set a double beam on top of that?
Yeah.
Balance it on a round piece?
Yeah.
I can't. Because if it's a 4x4, 4x6 or a 6x6, they make that size bracket that will mount to the top of the post.
Yeah.
And I could lay the wood in and I could bolt it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's not going. It's like one piece now.
Sure. Sure.
So.
Okay. So show me again.
Yes.
Exactly like with this here. Okay. And I will.
Was it better that I did it this way or this way to see?
Yeah, you can, show it to me, both ways.
Okay, tell me when you want
Yeah,
to start.
so go ahead.
Okay, so this is going to be your round 5-inch cedar post.
Right.
This is going to be your main foot beam.
Yeah.
We would have to attach this on just like this.
Yes.
And now I'm going to show you how much is being attached.
Yeah.
So with that, the entire load of the deck, say this is your front beam and I am the house.
Yep.
Every joist is going to run across here.
Yep.
And it all takes the load here. Okay, which is then going to distribute weight into each pier.
Right. Okay.
But this weight also needs to be supported onto your round posts.
Right.
If we do that, we would get maybe 2 screws in there.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
And
Got it.
we're looking at, if you look right here,
Yeah.
that's about 1/4 of an inch, and I'm being generous,
Right.
of actual touching this,
Yep.
contacting this. That's about 1/4 of an inch. I can't even get a screw through that.
Yeah. So your suggestion is to use square.
Square.
Okay.
Wood, square.
Yep.
It can still look rustic because from there, you can eventually, I think you were talking about having split rail fence for
Yeah.
railings if you so chose to do that.
Yeah, sure.
And that's okay, because then you can mortise right through it, a circle or a rectangle, whatever you need
Yep.
for those fence posts, and you could still slide it in.
Yeah.
You could buy those in pressure treated so they match
Yeah.
as well.
Right.
And they'll match your decking.
Yep.
So you can still do that with a square.
Yep.
No problem.
Yeah.
But structurally speaking,
The round,
it's
because they're fence posts
their fence posts are cedar.
and they're not structural
They're not.
to hold a roof up.
Right.
Yes.
And there's no bracket. Even if we were to get one that was like, say, Southern Pine or Douglas Fir,
Yep.
and it was pressure treated, there's no solid connection point to the decking itself.
Okay.
Because if we were to make a brace on the inside, which you do with deck posts,
Yep.
it's actually, I don't have enough wood laying around.
That's all right.
But if this is the front, you put a piece here of
Yeah.
wood, which attaches to another brace, another
Right.
one here, another one here. And you slide your post into it. And then it's bolted from all 4 corners.
Right.
And it's actually taking weight on this side, this side, this side, and this side. So every single attachment point that touches that main post, every single side has less and less strain as you add more sides,
Right.
which basically makes every side that much stronger.
Yeah. Okay.
You cannot do that with round, because I just showed you it would only be that much hitting there,
Yep.
that much hitting there. I mean, 98% of this post would be unsecure.
Okay. All right.